Okay guys, hello to everyone. This is my second attempt to record this video. Video is about my update and review the BYD Seal performance or all-wheel drive, has different names on different markets, and review after 1,000 kilometers. So I've got the car a little, maybe around 3 weeks ago, and I already put on it more than 1,000 kilometers, around 1,100 kilometers. I'm in Japan. We have a little bit different BYD Seal compared to other markets. Let me turn on the cruise control. And overall, I want to point out 7 good points about the car and 7 points that I don't like about the car. Let's start with the good thing, and it is the speed. The car is super fast because it is all-wheel drive, it is a performance model. It can go from 0 to 100 kilometers in less than 4 seconds. I think for the regular driving, for the everyday speeds, it is more than enough. It is super fast. It has this wow factor, and you always have this amount of power under your right foot, which I think is amazing. But because of this power, because of this performance, we go to negative factor. Negative factor is the suspension. Suspension is a little too stiff for my liking, right? It is a little too stiff. On the normal roads, it is a pretty good suspension. And in the corners or the mountain roads, very nice. This is like second plus and first minus. It is very nice around the corners, around the tight areas or on the high speeds, on the highways, yeah, good suspension. But on regular roads, like here in the city, especially in a rural area, I'm living in a rural Japan. I'm not living in a big city with a great pavement, great roads. I'm living in a rural Japan with not the best roads. And it is a little stiff for my liking. Yes, and second plus, as I said, the car is comfortable around the corners. You stay like very stable on the speeds, and because double glazing on the windows, the car is super quiet, right? The electric car with double glazing front windows, so the car is super quiet, super comfortable. So even now we are like driving, I can talk, I can whisper, and you will hear me without any problems, right? But on these like bridge connectors, the car is a little bit too stiff for my likings. Next negative point that I wanted to speak about is the ADAS, or like, I don't know what it stands for, but I believe it's automatic driver assistance, safety features, or something like that. I don't like it. Some of the features are okay, like automatic emergency braking, or like lane keep assistance. Yeah, that's okay, that's no problem. But if we are talking about the traffic sign recognition, it's notorious to just scream at you. Because from my understanding, it is visual-based recognition. It's not like GPS-based recognition. That's why you can go on a 60 kilometer an hour road, but the car before saw the sign of 50 kilometer an hour. And it will scream and beep at you when you're not actually violating anything. And it is very annoying, so I put it on a shortcut here and just turn it off every time I sit down in the car. But overall, if you turn it off, it's okay. Also, child presence recognition, I believe it's called. Sometimes when I charge, I sit on the back and do some work on a laptop or on an iPad, and the car starts screaming at me, beep, that I forgot the child on the back. But I didn't forget the child on the back, right? I understand how it works, but even if you turn it off, every time you turn off the car and turn on the car, you need to turn it off again. So it is very annoying. That's why these ADAS systems are not perfect. The third positive point that I want to say about is the range. The range here is pretty good. It has 82 kilowatts battery, all-wheel drive, and in my testings, I understand that I can travel around 400 kilometers plus. Yes, it is not such a great range, and there are cars that can do more, but for the combination of everything, of the power, of the speed, of the comfort, of the handling, and everything, I think 400 plus kilometers is a good result. So I like the range, and I think it's a very good positive point. But talking about the range, there is a negative point too, and it is this thing. I call it guessometer because this is just guessometer, and in my experience, it doesn't have any connection with reality. It just tells you some abstract number. You can switch between standard and dynamic mode. Standard mode is just based on lab testing. It will show you like catalog kilometers that it can drive. And dynamic will like adjust to your consumption, to your style, right? But in both scenarios, for me, it is absolute delulu that doesn't have any connection with reality. So for me, it's more like on a ride when I measure trip A, and I understand like around 400 kilometers I can travel safely and don't care about anything. So the guessometer is a negative part because it doesn't give you any useful information. Yeah. So next, the positive point that I want to talk about is seat. Like seats. Front seats, of course, because back seats don't have any ventilation or heating. But front seats, and because usually now we have only front seats in use because it's only me and my wife, they're very nice. They're comfortable, soft, and stiff in the same time, so very good combination and balance between support and softness. Has ventilation, has heating. Ventilation works fast, heating works fast. So yeah, this is the very positive point. The seats are very nice. They have one small downside, and it is not adjustable, the headrest. The headrest you can't adjust, and this is unfortunately not very good point about the seats. But otherwise, I think the seats are very, very nice. So next negative point that I want to talk about is adaptive cruise control. And intelligent cruise control, how it's called here. So adaptive cruise control works without any problems. It brakes when you need, it accelerates when you need, but in terms of okay. But in terms of keeping you in lane, and when you turn on the intelligent cruise control, it is not that smooth. You always need to think about catching the car. If something happens, you need to be ready to catch the car, because sometimes it wants to ditch you into pit or something like that, so be careful with that. But overall, adaptive cruise control is good, but intelligent cruise control is mixed bag. Really depends on the road. If you have good lanes, it's pretty straight road with not very tight corners, you won't have any problems with it. But if it's a wavy road with not very good lane markings, it can start do some crazy shit. So be careful with that. Cameras. So cameras can be accessed from the wheel on any speeds, and they are good quality. It's 360 camera. They're good quality cameras. You can see and park easily, so very nice, very high quality, not like pixelated cameras. Good at night, good during the day. So very nice thing, and you can turn it off. Right. Next, not very good point that I want to say about is charging. I mean wireless charging for your smartphones, because here it has the wireless charging for your smartphones. Let me activate the cruise control, intelligent cruise control, right? And these spots here, wireless charging here, for me, it is not strong enough, right? When my phone is streaming Apple CarPlay with navigation and stuff, all the wireless charging is doing is heating up my phone. So it doesn't charge it normally, it's just heating up, destroying my battery, so I don't like it. I think it's pretty slow, and I prefer when I need to charge, just take the cable from the downside, because you have Type-C, like here, down here, and just charge the charge the phone with the cable, not by wireless charging. Yeah. Next positive point is physical buttons. On a steering wheel, on a BYD Seal, you have physical buttons. It is not some touch-sensitive crap. All the buttons are physical, so I can put my fingers on them. I will not turn anything on. I will not turn anything off. I will not do any phantom clicking. No, every button is physical. That is amazing. So I can turn on my camera while I'm driving. I can turn it off. I can rotate my screen during driving if I want to. I can rotate it back, and it's all physical. Cruise control physical. Yes, 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 I'm here. I'm holding the wheel. So everything physical. All the buttons are physicals, and it's amazing. It's amazing that all the buttons are physical. It is such a small thing, but it improves your quality of life drastically. So I really like that all the buttons are physical. As you can, yes, 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 I'm here. Next negative point, as you saw before, we can rotate the screen like that, right, in this vertical position. It's like the feature of the BYD Seal. But in this vertical orientation, you can't use CarPlay. Yeah, CarPlay is not available for you in this vertical orientation. You can use only standard map, built-in map, navigation and stuff, and like all the car systems in a vertical orientation. But for example, for me, it's negative point because I'm usually using CarPlay. And here, I can't use the CarPlay in a vertical mode. I believe it will be the last in the list plus. Number 7 will be the driver assistant. So because this car has a lot of features built in the big sensor touch screen, during driving, it's a little bit difficult to, adjust the temperature, turn off the heating, ventilation and stuff. That's why I've started to use BYD Assistant. It is very sensitive, so if you say just BYD, it will not like react and turn on. It has special activation commands. You can check it out. You can even change the activation word. So if you don't want standard, you can change it to whatever you want. For example, mine is Hey BYD.
I'm here.
Can you turn on the seat heating?
Sorry, I'm not sure what you mean.
Can you turn on the seat heating?
Sure, I'll turn on seat heating.
So as you can see, I don't need to say what side I want. I just say...
Your current location is...
Yeah, she has constant listening, and you can do several commands. For example, Hey BYD. Hey BYD.
What's up?
Turn off my seat heating.
Sure, I'll turn off seat heating.
Also turn on the reading lights.
Reading light on.
Turn off the reading lights.
Heating light off.
Can you turn on my seat ventilation?
Got it. Turning on seat ventilation.
Turn off my seat ventilation.
Okay, turning off seat ventilation.
So as you can see, the BYD assistant is a very capable, very fast working assistant. Of course, it can sometimes mistake what you say, and sometimes you need to repeat twice. But overall, it is very fast, it is very easy to use, it can understand various commands. And for the easy things, for example, hey BYD. Hey BYD.
I'm here.
I feel a little hot.
Okay, I've decreased the temperature by 1 degree.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
A situation like this, for example, when you're hot, when you're cold, when you don't want to do something, and in Japan it's a lot of time illegal to touch the panel while you're driving, so you need to be very careful with that. But with the BYD Assistant, you can just say what you want. You want a little bit cooler, please. You want a little bit hotter, please. It's not a problem at all. Oh, papa. I caught somebody. Okay. And the next and the last negative point that I want to say is not enough recuperation. So the car has two recuperation settings. It is standard and strong or high. For example, now I am in a high recuperation mode, and it's not enough. Yep, just like that. I think that the standard recuperation mode is not enough. Oh, not standard, sorry. The high recuperation mode is not enough. It stops you until maybe 20 or like 15 kilometers an hour, and after that you need to use your brake pedal. Yeah, so it is not strong enough to have this like one pedal driving that you can have like on Teslas, on Nissan Leaf, and so on. Yeah, I would like to have more like stronger recuperation on the BYD Seal, to have this like one pedal driving. Actually, I like the idea of one pedal driving. In a city, I think it is a wonderful thing. On a highway, I don't like it, because when you turn off the cruise control or cancel the cruise control, you have this smack of the recuperation coming onto you. But in a city, I think one pedal driving would be amazing. For example, now I don't touch the pedal. See, -2, -1, 0, 15 kilometers an hour. So the recuperation stopped at 0. That's why I don't like it. Oh, we have actually a highway patrol car in front of us. Yes, Kousoku Doro, Nexco, Nissan X-Trail, the previous generation. I want to say some words just from experience. I like the car overall. I think Chinese companies did a great job, because compared to previous Chinese cars, my father had a Chinese car, it was not the greatest experience. But now, with, for example, this BYD Seal, of course it's not perfect. It is absolutely not perfect. It has its own quirks and features. The build quality, mostly very good, but there are some rattling. For example, I have rattling in a rear driver door, not during driving, but only when you close the car. Not to close the car, close the door. But when you close the door, you can hear this rattling sound. It comes from the door handle, so I don't like it. But otherwise, I like the car. It is very smooth, it is fast, it is comfortable, it is mega quiet, and I like the experience overall. It has all the features I need, I want, and it will be very interesting to see how the car will be after 1 or 2 years, because I like cars and I'm not gonna hold the car more than 2 years. I'm gonna sell it after 1 or 2 years, I think. Yes, so thank you very much for watching the video. Because I'm a real owner of a BYD Seal, if you have any questions, if you have any worries, if you have anything to ask me about the car, please don't be shy, ask me, and I will answer you without any lies about the experience of BYD Seal. So thank you for watching and see you in the next video.